I'm Sam Helfrich. I'm an opera director, opera and theater director. I've been doing theater since I was probably 5 years old. I started out in Southern California as a child actor. I've been a playwright, an actor, and a director. And I got into opera at a certain point kind of through musical theater, which sort of led me into opera. And about maybe 12 years ago, I started really devoting myself full-time to opera. So I've done a lot of Baroque opera, and I've done a lot of 20th and 21st century opera. So this is actually my third time directing a Philip Glass piece. I did Philip Glass's Orphée, which I did that at Glimmerglass Opera and a couple of other places. And then recently I did a production of his opera in the Penal Colony. So I'm sort of familiar with the music, and so when I took on Kepler, the music was not particularly foreign to me. You know, I would say Kepler, the story of Johannes Kepler, the astronomer, was more foreign to me than Philip Glass's music. So, and from there I just started trying to figure out who this person was. I was lucky to be able to have some good conversations with Philip Glass and ask him one very important question, which is, you know, why did you choose to write an opera about Kepler? And, you know, Glass has written operas about other scientists and other kind of really inspiring public figures like Gandhi. Satyagraha was about Gandhi, and he wrote Galileo, and of course Einstein on the Beach. And all of those figures are more well-known, I would say, than Kepler. You know, when you ask 100 people on the street who Kepler is, you'll be surprised at how many people have not heard of him, or who have some notion of something to do with orbits, but that's from high school physics and that's all they remember. So I asked him that question, and he said, you know, Kepler is in some ways a very contemporary character, because his story is the story of someone who really is inspired by God and inspired by his faith, but his faith inspires him to go deeper into science. And this kind of synthesis between faith and science and knowledge and truth-seeking and the desire to acquire knowledge through empirical observation is something that is really lacking in the world today, in a world in which in some ways, the church and science are farther away from each other than they've ever been in our history, you know. So that was a great, that conversation was a great jumping off place to start getting into this production.